How's everybody doing? Okay, today we're going to do part two of Taurus and Leo. How to understand a Taurus and a Leo. Okay. Um. Again, in part one, I talked about I made analogies to Mother Nature, right? Yeah, I made analogies to Mother Nature and how Mother Nature can be ascribed to this combination. So we're gonna jump right in and we're gonna go into the specificities of the sign. Okay. The first thing you gotta understand is that something about this combination, about this relationship, always puts me in mind of the European kings and the sophisticated courtesans. Now, a Leo of either sex is regal by nature, and a Taurus of either sex loves the good life. So this is a promising match, a wonderful combination. Taurus and Leo compatibility ensures a joyful, loving, and flamboyant relationship, with Leo's generosity definitely turning the Taurus' head to look like, okay, this is the man or the woman that can upgrade me, elevate me. So understand that is first and foremost the initial attraction. Actually, both Taurus and Leo are quite demanding personalities, okay, and both expect a great deal from from each other, okay. Leo is particularly he insists upon being adored, while Taurus insists on a comfortable lifestyle. So if the Leo man can provide that comfortable lifestyle for Taurus, then Taurus will probably not have a problem adoring the Leo man or the Leo woman and showering the Leo man or the Leo woman with all the attention that they want to their fill. Okay, but the Taurus man, the Taurus woman has to have a comfortable lifestyle. The Leo man has to deliver if he's the man, and Taurus is a woman. If it is a Leo woman with a Taurus man, she has to be the most beautiful and the most feminine of all women, and just her mere presence can strike ships. No, her mere presence, her just being with him is enough to open all doors. There should be no obstacles at all that can withstand or stand in the way of a Taurus man where he's at the arms of a Leo woman. Okay, so understand that. In as much as they will enjoy the high life together now, this will make a good marriage of convenience for the pair. But fortunately, there is a much more depth to it than that, because both of them can enjoy the comforts of life that they can both offer to each other. Now, with Leo offering beauty and the Leo man being the money man, being the earth, will more than provide the Leo woman anything that she wants and desires to keep her happy. So this can most very well be a marriage of convenience. Absolutely, but why not? If there is mutual liking towards each other and if there's mutual attraction for each other, why not? Why not? Understand that Leo is captivated by the Taurian sensuality. Remember, this man loves women, and Taurus and Leo is the sex appeal of the zodiac, right? While Taurus is the lover. And Taurus is known for its sensuality, while Leo is known for its virility and potent sexuality, which is quite different than sexuality. So both of them are going to just be popping together. Understand that. So this is why, even though the earth and fire is a square, and even the modalities fix and fix is no good, and it seems like everything is at odds with them. Taurus and Leo is an elemental square. So, by all intents and purposes, you would think that this is an incompatibility of signs. But like I mentioned in part one, it is a compatible. You'll be surprised. I mean, it's amazing. The human ego and personality is capable of transcending any kind of difficulty. You know, compatibility and incompatibility, to believe it or not, as a concept in and of itself, is kind of relative. To be honest, any relationship, whether it seems compatible or incompatible, can go right or it can go wrong. It really depends on each individual experience that the person is bringing into the relationship. And that's determined by the birth chart. You know, the genetic memory and pathos and lineage that defines that individual, and having to share that with another human being that may respect or parallel in those values is extremely important for both Taurus and Leo. This is a merengue, Dominican, delicious. Anyway, understand that both sides are so sizzling and so all of that in a bag of chips. Literally, a bag of chips is all of that in a bag of chips, this combination. But let me tell you, it really does take a lot of work to make a bridge, either the Leo towards Taurus or Taurus towards Leo. They still have to, when the glitter and the honeymoon phase of the initiatory meetings of a relationship is over, then when they actually see each other for who they are, then what their best foot forward presented, then what do? Are you going to like the person that you see after the glitter wears off? And if you do, but there's things that you may not like about the person, will you be able to have the skill set to be able to form a bridge, to make it work, or to correct it if there's something wrong, if there's something that needs to evolve between the couple? You see, and that's not going to happen. That level of maturity and that level of approach to a situation in a relationship of this combination, that's not going to happen automatically with young people or anyone below age 30. You were talking about people who have already been seasoned by life and life's vicissitudes that it throws at us, and how we handle what's thrown at us. Because remember, it's not what happens to us what's important. It's how we handle what is thrown at us, how we respond to life's events and challenges. That's the test. It's how we respond. Not what happens to us, but how we respond to what happens to us. This is no more or less true in this combination. This combination, let me tell you, for it to succeed with flying colors and mature to a level where both people can appreciate each other, that's going to take the process of time for that to occur. That's going to take a process of time to occur. Now, if you're already past your prime and you're much older, then this shouldn't be a problem. It really becomes a question of how much are you willing to tolerate and accept the other person's shadow. Because remember, the partners, doesn't matter the signs, doesn't matter the fixity or modality or elemental of anything, you know. When you two human beings come together in a relationship, you have to understand that in order for the three-dimensionality of that relationship to be appreciated between two people coming together in a relationship, you have to experience both the good and the bad. You cannot bypass this. If you're going to experience the most blissful of experiences with a partner, the best that there is to enjoy in the experience of getting to know another human being besides yourself, understand that for you to appreciate the three-dimensionality of that human being, you are going to have to experience his shadow and he experience yours, vice versa. You know, a lot of relationships are broken or they break up because things go bad, and it's almost like you think that the fairy tale is going to last forever. No, the honeymoon really is the best part of a lifelong marriage, because the rest after the blissful honeymoon phase, let's say the first 7 years, the rest is gonna be hard work, and it's not always gonna be kind and nice and pleasant or even sexy, especially when the weight comes on and the sex appeal begins to fade, because everything eventually fades. Remember, we're heading towards the grave. That is where we're heading. So eventually everything will reach a state of entropy and begins to die, including desire. So desire and lust and the finer things of life, however brief we experience them, understand that it's not forever, it's not long lasting, and it's just a taste of the body. But the rest of the experience of the human condition on this plane is all about pain and suffering and hard work. And there's nothing lofty when it comes to love. And both Leo and Taurus understand that as a principle. Love is pain. Love is not pleasure. Lust is pleasure. But love, there's no pleasure in it. It's all about pain, because that's when the real shit begins. The Taurus man is willing to accept those facts head on. Remember, the opposite polarity of Taurus is Scorpio. And Scorpio does not put rose-colored glasses on. It sees life the way life is. Okay? It sees life the way life is. So understand that in that respect, A makes no apologies and it makes no excuses for the way life is. And it can be quite indifferent to the harshness of life. This is Scorpio, but Taurus shares in that philosophy as the polar opposite of Scorpio. So Taurus will be far more willing to handle crisis and handle all the interludes of changes that may happen around the Taurian, keeping the Taurian sure-footed, because that's not going to sway the Taurian any which other way. But it might sway the Leo woman or the Leo man. It might knock him off his feet, off his kilter, or it might knock her off her feet or off her kilter. And it is a terrible day in paradise when we see an afflicted Leo man or Leo woman. So you have to ask yourself, in this situation, we're dealing with a Taurus man and a Leo woman, who's the boss? Who's the boss? The boss clearly will be the Taurus man, because he will assure that the Leo woman will be safe. Like Miss Pisces, these women need men that will secure their safety, their protection. The Leo woman is not going to show weakness by showing you that she needs you. No, not the Leo woman. But the Pisces woman will. She would. The Leo woman, too proud. She'll let you know in many ways how disappointed she is in you not fulfilling your role as the man, protector, and savior. She'll go that bent, then rather than to admit that she has made a mistake in choosing a man that doesn't fit her requirements. Okay, so having said that, both the Leo man or woman and the Taurus man and woman will be willing to put up with misery of each other and within each other, just to keep appearances. If it is a marriage of convenience or a meeting of convenience where they both can benefit by being together, you best believe that if they don't like each other, that situation can also be a war of the roses. Because then they will learn to resent each other because they cannot be who they are, or they may intrinsically, inherently not like something about you, or even the totality of you. But the convenience of being together, whether it be financial or otherwise, is too great to compromise. So then this combination, more so than any other combination, can fall into a rut, into a stagnating situation in which each one of them is afraid to move and make a move and break away. Yeah. No, yeah. I'm serious. And that will keep the relationship as a couple from growing. It can stagnate. It can become a battlefield, a battleground. This is particularly true if you're dealing with people below a particular age. You know, you know. This is what happens when you're dealing with very demanding personalities. Okay. Leo, like I mentioned, is captivated by the Taurian sensuality, while Taurus loves the way that Leo can make him or her feel special. And let me tell you, the Taurian man, if it's a Taurian man to the Leo woman, she can make him feel like he's all that matters. If it's a Leo woman to a Taurian man, the Taurian man will make the Leo woman feel like she's the most special thing in the universe. And that is enough for the Leo woman to tolerate with a lot, especially the silent moods and withdrawal natures of Taurians when they want to be alone, where they can give off an aura of total and complete dismissiveness. Not meaning to, okay? But still, these people know how to make themselves, how to make each other feel special. Absolutely. Now, while Leo, is ruled by the sun, symbolizing life itself, and Taurus ruled by romantic Venus, that astrological compatibility between this couple is off to a good start. And because, and this is what I mean, because Venus is rules Taurus and Libra. The Sun rules Leo. These are benefit planets. They're not malefic planets. They're not bad planets or evil planets, because in astrology we have the benefit planet and the malefic planets. The good and the bad planets. If we're gonna categorize them that way. So in this instance, it's the reason why this combination doesn't fall under incompatibility of signs, even though there's a lot of incompatibility that is inherent with this combination. Not just the elemental squares and the modality squares, but the fixity natures, and the fixity of their routine. It's extremely strong. So it's almost unheard of or unprecedented that you would think that this combination will actually work out and actually do well. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it does work out. It does work out. But what makes it work out, I think, is the fact that they are much older. If they're younger, I don't think this is a relationship combination that kind of lasts the long haul. Now, what do I mean? If we're talking about the teens, forget it. It could be a short-lived affair. If it's the 20s and 30s, um, it's volatile. It can survive far longer than when you're in your teen years. But the best possibility of success of this combination succeeding is if they're much older. Because when you're much older and you're much more educated and you're emotionally mature and all other things being equal, your development and upbringing should have been stable enough where there is a healthy level of ego and expression of that ego, you know? So then this relationship can work because the Taurian man or woman will be happy with who they are and being in their own skin. And the Leo man or woman will be very, very happy and very content with who they've chosen as their mate to be. Only because they know that they're going to be taken care of. I know that narcissistic nature of Leo. But if you are willing to be with a person that knows themselves to the extent that they don't have any needs within their own development and within their own psychology, that they can then dedicate the rest of their lives tending to you and protecting you and looking for you. Okay? Okay? So understand that with this combination there is a lot that is required as far as a certain level of maturity. Yeah, but let me tell you, this compatibility of the romantic Venus and the life-giving rulership of the sun seems to be a good thing. I mean, both Taurus and Leos can be narcissistic. Both of them can be self-absorbed. Both of them can be self-consuming. They could be consumed with their own grandiosity, the Taurian and the Leo, each separately. You know, if they come together in a mutual reception towards a common goal, other than just being in the sack, then this can be a very power you gotta have. I got a message, a call. I always get a call around this time, um it just becomes far more but I lost my train of thought with that. I tell my people not to send calls when I'm doing these videos, and but you know what you can do. um um this is a good start. This, I mean, many astrologers really say that because of the rulerships of these signs, the Sun and Venus, that it should not be put in the category of incompatibility of signs. So I'm gonna follow the consensus with my fellow astrologers and not put it in the incompatibility of signs. However, you know, for this combination to work, trust me, it's gonna take a lot. I mean, a lot to make to compromise. There's going to be a lot of compromise and a lot of adjustments and a lot of sacrifices that will have to come into play for the sustainability of this relationship. And the glue that can keep that together is if they have mutual respect for each other. They gotta respect each other, because if they have no respect for each other, then it is impossible for this combination to work. And the only way that they can respect themselves is if they like each other. You gotta like yourself, and you gotta like the other person in order for you to respect them. Okay? So, if that is not the situation, then I don't see how this relationship can work. You know? Um, yeah. Their shared love of luxury, speaking on another band, and the comfort will certainly play a role or a part. But for a Leo and Taurus compatibility, it's also characterized by the loyalty and the fidelity. There has to be loyalty and fidelity, and both of these signs are capable of great loyalty and fidelity to each other, And you can see a twinklings of it when you're young, but that doesn't mean that you have it within you as in a level of maturity to exercise that. That actually is an evolution in itself. It grows with time and it grows with you. So the level of devotion and loyalty and fidelity is something that is upheld past 30 when you're much older. It's not something that you might not necessarily respect when you're much younger. You know, That's why with this combination, if you're young, don't take it seriously, but enjoy it while it lasts and learn from it. And we're done with part two.